Young Cree high school student brutally murdered and abandoned in the bush.
16 years they walked around free. In the end, out of the 4, only 1 went to jail.
There's a heavy element of racism in this, and it would not have happened, in my opinion, to a white person.
On a November night in 1971, Betty Osborn was walking alone on 3rd Street. A 2-door white Chrysler pulled alongside her. 4 young men were in the car. It belonged to the manager of the local liquor store. His 18-year-old son, Lee Colgan, was in the back seat. Colgan, an admitted alcoholic and drug user, over the years told many people about the murder. Finally, 15 years after Betty Osborn's murder, he was charged with first-degree murder. 5 months later, the charge was dropped, and he was granted immunity when he agreed to tell the full story. According to Colgan, Betty Osborn refused to get into the car. 18-year-old Dwayne Johnson got out and forced her into the rear seat between himself and Colgan. They drove out of town.
Betty Osborn is hysterical and lashing out at Dwayne Johnson. He drags her from the car into the darkness. The other 3 hear her screams as she's being beaten up.
Colgan says James Houghton, then 23, got out of the car to help the girl. But moments later, Johnson returned and grabbed a screwdriver from behind the front seat.
I don't know what happened outside the car because I wasn't outside. But I knew shortly after.
When Houghton and Johnson returned to the car, Betty Osborn was not with them. And so in November 1987, James Houghton and Dwayne Johnson went on trial. The 4th man in the car that night, Norman Manger, was not charged.